It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
It's a flower.
Flower?
Yeah.
Move that first.
All right, nice.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today is the All Stars Exhibition T20 series final. I'm with the two captains of Hong Kong Islanders and Kowloon Lions. Here is the toss now. Okay.
Flower.
Flower call. So high.
Where?
Welcome along to Kwong Road Recreation Ground, also known as Mission Road here in Hong Kong. You're joining us here for the All Stars Exhibition Series T20 final that's going to be played between the Kowloon Lions, captained by Azaz Khan, and the Hong Kong Islanders, captained by Jamie Atkinson. The toss has been done and the Kowloon Lions are going to be batting first. The Hong Kong Islanders taking the field. If you missed the action yesterday, there was a tight game. It came down to the last game of the round robin series between the New Territories Tigers, the Hong Kong Islanders. And the Islanders needed a big win to get above the net run rate because they were going to end up on even points, and they did just that with a phenomenal victory. And they got themselves up to second on the table and earned the right to play the Kowloon Lions in the final. The Kowloon Lions, obviously the winners of the Epic Group All Stars series earlier in the year, and they're back in the final again. It's going to be an exciting game. We're playing on the same wicket that we have done for all the matches in this series. There's a game earlier today, if you missed it, the Women's Premier League match 2 was played on this pitch as well. We're going to be playing on the same wicket. Still scoring reasonable runs on it. Expect to see the spinners play a reasonable part, and as the umpires make their way out, and I'm joined here with Hong Kong men's head coach Trent Johnston, who's going to join me in the commentary tent as we look to call the shots in what will hopefully be a exciting and close final match for the Epic Group Exhibition Series. Welcome along, TJ.
Hi Farms, how are you?
Very good, thanks. Very good.
Busy morning.
Busy morning in the commentary, watching the Women's Premier League. Good game.
It's a good game. Pretty good performances there. Women's coach Chris Pickett Wilson, aka Wilson. Pretty happy with the standard of cricket that was played today.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really good performances out there. Some really good displays and individual performances. Great to put those players, best women's players, in a competitive environment. Playing in 2 teams that we've selected, the Bohemia Stars and the Jade Jets. And we see the Hong Kong Islanders make their way out onto the field. Looks like Umar's going to take the gloves again, and skipper Jamie Atkinson is going to be roaming the outfield in what is a very, very hot summer's day here in Hong Kong. It's 32 degrees, but the feels like temperature is 41. And I can tell you now that just sitting in the commentary box in the shade, we are sweating. So those boys out in the field will have a tough shift, particularly the Hong Kong Islanders over the next 20 overs before they swap around and they look to chase whatever the Kowloon Lions set. Strong opening combination this for the Kowloon Lions. Azaz Khan and Rory Cox provides a left-hand, right-hand combination. Not easy at the best of times, but if you get the fielders having to swap positions regularly, if you're rotating the strike, it certainly becomes a challenge. And we're going to see young Ayush Shukla steaming in, opening the bowling for his Hong Kong Islanders team from the Argyle Street or Police Station end. Expect him to steam in hard, hit the pitch, and shape the ball away from the right-hand batsman.
Yeah, it's an interesting field that the Islanders have come up with. They've slipped there, the third man, backward point, cover, mid-off, mid-on, mid-wicket. Fine legs inside the ring, and they've got a deepish point. That's obviously because of Zuckett's taking first ball, taking strike. Ayush here just limbering up just before we get the clock ticks over to 1:30. Good to see everyone's ready to go. Ayush was pretty impressive yesterday in both games, really. He's been impressive for the last probably 3-4 months of cricket since we've been back from the 4th lockdown. And here we go.
First ball hit down the ground and over the line, and that's 6. If that's not a statement, I don't know what is. That's a phenomenal shot. First ball of the game.
Yeah, it certainly is. And he's showed his intent here from ball 1, really, hasn't he? It's an unbelievable start. It's probably a little bit of a loosener from Ayush. I didn't actually see him out there bowling or warming up, so maybe that might be a lesson learnt for him. You certainly can't come into a game and bowl to the quality of play that you're bowling to here, with a little loosener half volley at about 75 mile an hour. Lucky to be, it's lucky we're not actually trying to get another new ball.
Yeah, absolutely. As Nazaka Khan goes to the square leg umpire and says, "Can you fix my contact lens for me?"
You stick my eyes back in. I didn't see it well enough. I want to hit it over the police station.
Yeah, it's a real statement of an intent there, and over pitch by Ayush, and no need for a sider from Nazaka Khan.
They're a fairly dominant team, the Lions. Obviously won the T20 last All Stars series. They won the 50 over competition. They lost their first game on Thursday against the Tigers, which was a bit of a surprise. Not to me, but to other people in and around the organisation. But they've really, a clutch win yesterday to get them into the final, and they ended up finishing top of the table, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, they certainly did. You see Ayush come charging in again. Some nice shape on that ball, and just slightly, all that length back slightly, and Nazaka looking for a single, but his partner Rory Cox not interested on that occasion.
Cloud cover here now, it's actually quite pleasant. For about 30 seconds.
This is a big swing at a wide one. Ayush looking a little emotionless at the moment. Certainly had his tail up yesterday. Steaming in, did a great job for his side. Short and worked off the hip and out to vacant square leg, and it's chased down by Mohammed Waheed, and adds 2 more to the total. Takes them to 8 runs after the first 4 deliveries of this All Stars Exhibition Series final. Again, takes the outside half and just goes down to third man for 1 run.
So it'll be interesting to see how they set their bowling up. Jamie Atkinson was quite happy to bowl 10 overs of pace at the commentary box end, and then 10 overs of spin at the softball end during both games yesterday. So it'll be interesting to see if he starts up with Kinchin Shah again. You've got the likes of Ehsan Khan and Mahan Trivedi. You've even got Jack Meadows, can bowl left arm orthodox.
Big appeal. No interest from umpire Ian Thompson there.
Sliding down for me, Farms, I think, probably pitching leg and then going down to probably not even hit it, probably a 5th stump. So, good shout.
Yeah, lovely bit of late shape there from Ayush.
So again, we'll start off with spin at the top end with Kinchin Shah. He'll be coming around the wicket, trying to bowl that ball into Nazaka's pads, and then trying to find the outside edge of Rory Cox's bat. Interesting battle this. No slips in, which is a surprise considering how aggressive Jamie was with his captaincy yesterday. This is the prize wicket that you want to get. You want to get the captain who's batting 3 and Azaz Khan in as quickly as possible. Hate to see a stick go through the slips here and not take that chance. 2 behind square, you've got a deep mid-wicket, deep long on, and a ring of 4 on the offside. As he punches that, well, he gets through for a single.
Yeah, great intent shown by Zuckett there. So we see the left-handed Rory Cox come on strike, and their son Khan moving into slip position. Deep square leg and long on. See, Ian Thompson just realised the left hand is on, and he jogs across to find his new square leg position. Big appeal. Venkat signals that he reckons there's some bat on that. Forward to watching the replay and having a look at what really happened. Oh, could have been pad first, bat first. Hard to tell. It takes the outside edge and past the chase of
Trouble.
Ayush. Oh, stronger throw would have had Rory Cox in trouble, but they run back for 2 and the scoreboard ticking along. Great piece of running, is it? Oh,
Hang on.
buzzers too. No, Rory not able to get up quickly after the despairing dive, and I think he might have been out had there been a direct hit.
Certainly a conscious effort from the Lions to come out here and be aggressive in all parts of the game, running between the wickets, shot making. Rory's lost a wheel here, has he?
Yeah. Looks like it, the pad's off and taking a little bit of a breather as he resets himself. Good awareness by the young lad going deep to know that it's hot out there and get a drink out to the boys at any opportunity. Expect to see these batsmen, if they stay out there for any period of time, to be calling to the hut to swap their gloves over. Oh, yeah, they're really looking for those quick singles and any opportunity to run between the wickets. Misfield there, and
yeah, it's very good running there between the wickets. A clean pickup, he might have been in trouble, but the pressure that he put on the field there in Wahid, he's probably didn't get the best bounce that he probably could have gotten. It's just gone to his, deflected off his hand, and they've ended up sneaking through for an extra one. So you certainly see the positive intent that they've come out with. Stroke making, running between the wickets, calling. They're really sort of putting a marker down here, the defending champions.
yeah, definitely, and poor use of the old short barrel by Wahid, just to make sure he's getting side on and that ball's coming to you in case there is a little bobble.
It was sort of like, if you had a look at the replay again, Farms, it's a lot more like half a barrel, I think.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't commit either way.
Yeah.
And I think if he's going to commit to the barrel, you've got to go the long barrel.
Certainly do, TJ. Full and probably going down leg again, but the Yush pleading and yelling and screaming and hoping that the umpire's going to see things his way, but Ian Thompson not interested and scurry through for a leg by.
And rightfully so, it's probably missing another set. So we can't falter his passion, Fabs.
Certainly can't. Steams it again. Oh, that's a glorious shot. Look at that. Well, over pitched, outside off, and Nazaka can't hit that over. Sort of wide, long off, extra cover for 6. Phenomenal shot.
We talk a lot in training about him having a good solid base and just putting his hands through. He's a strong bloke, he's got a beautiful cricket bat. And that's all that was, just bringing a little bit of bottom hand just at the point of contact and just punching it over into that pocket and cover, sort of wide, straightish cover area. So an impressive shot. Ayusha's got to get his length sorted out here fairly quickly, or the Lions could be getting off to an amazing start in this power play. Generally, Nazaka would be looking for a single straight after that boundary, but it's the same ball in the same area. I wanted to hit it harder. Oh, he's got 4 more.
Overcompensated. Gone too straight, and with the final leg up in the ring, that's easy work for Nazaka, and that's raced away for 4. And going to give skipper Jamie Atkinson some thinking to do here as he looks to work out which bowlers are going to do the business for him.
Might have to go to the experience of Martin Booster Larsfeld.
Yeah, absolutely. He's looking a little fresher today. He's really struggled in the heat yesterday, but he looks like he's a little bit more prepared. Understanding, he's drifted onto the legs again, and that's going to be 4 more. It's just going from bad to worse at the moment for young Ayush Shukla and Nazaka Khan. Grateful for the freebies.
Yeah, certainly are freebies as we see here, the replay. Not a bad line, it's just the length really. Nazakat's in amazing touch here at the moment, so if you get that full, even if you are pitching that ball on the line of off stump or middle stump, he's quite capable, as we've just seen the last 2 boundaries, work that behind square for 4.
Oh wow, that's an aggressive appeal. Up and asked
There's a bit of a blow up here too, Jamie Atkinson.
all sorts going on there, and
What's happened there?
check the replay.
Let's get that on the replay, please. It's close.
He's coming down the wicket and possibly too high, enough doubt. Sure, there'll be people screen grabbing that and having a extra look. Certainly going to see a little bit of fire come into Ayush here, I think. Comes steaming in.
This is what we want, finals cricket. This is what finals cricket's all about, Mark Farmer.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about this first past the post stuff. Let's play finals cricket.
That's what I'm all about, TJ. Get that heart pumping. See a bit of fire in the belly and some action.
What pressure does to people.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there's just a little bit of a hush in the commentary box as we're reviewing and looking at it and seeing what's going on. A few teapots out there and hands on hips.
Thompson's just gone to his partner just to talk to him about, just going to calm down here, the BPMs are up to about 180. It's finals cricket. Look at the service we have here, Mark. Thank you very much.
Outstanding as the ice cold cokes have arrived. Certainly does look like a bloopers reel moment. There's a big appeal in there. Not out.
This is an amazing passage of play here, guys.
Wow. I'll tell you what, as we look at the replay. Oh, I think that's that could be a good decision there by the umpire.
Hit him outside the line.
Hit him outside, might not have come back enough. Certainly some big questions been asked to the umpires today, and Islanders' appeals are something in the water. Comes down the wicket and kapoo! And that's onto the softball pavilion. A big see you later. And the appeal is just a noise in the background. What a shot. Wow, finals cricket. This is exciting stuff, folks.
Might have been stuck on the roof up there too, actually.
Yeah, wow. Going deep out of the blocks. 12th man. What a...
A big giraffe.
Yeah, look at that. Drink out to his
Yeah,
senior
it
player.
worked last time, mate. It worked last time. You pour the water
As
in.
Nazucket steals his cap and says, "Thanks, mate. You can have my helmet now."
Thanks to Tommy and Haley for bringing the Cokes, the Billy Noakes in.
Yeah, very, very grateful. Definite need for a bit of a sugar hit after a morning, good morning watching the Women's Premier League, and
Wilson tucks into a sausage.
oh, if you had a
He loves his sausage, Wilson.
if you had a picture, it'd say 1,000 words. Yeah, that dish. He's got his lunch has arrived. Looks like it's full of a lot of meat. There's a
Protein-packed, isn't it?
bit of scrambled egg in there. Got a few drinks lined up as it's punched down the ground, but no run. He's got his Watson's lime soda, your regular water, and white canned Coke.
The chaser.
Who knows what order that'll go in. He's got the boombox next to him as well. For any time that the commentary goes mute, he's ready to play some sounds when we get a maximum, and that could have been a chance for it, but just hit out to square leg for one run. Big shout out to Emma Lai and Tammy Chu, who were playing in the Women's Premier League game earlier today, and now they're sitting near us in the commentary tent doing a bit of camera work. Big thanks to Haley as well. Oh, is that straight and just off the pad, I think, and it's racing down here for 4 runs. 4 leg byes. Gundeep's back out there again.
So there's an amazing start here by the Kowloon Lions. In the first 4 overs, we've got 3 sixes and 3 boundaries. This is the best start we've had over the past 3 days from a power play position. None for 42 after the 4th over. Captain Jamie Atkinson goes to another young spearhead in Mohammed Waheed. Probably hasn't had a great start himself in the field. A few missed fields, a few opportunities to run outs that he's missed. But now he's got the opportunity now to get his team back in the game and get a couple of early wickets in this power play and try and halt a bit of this momentum that the Lions have.
Yeah, absolutely. Captain Jamie Atkinson's going to be looking around the field going, who's going to take a wicket and slow down the scoring for me, please? I tell you what, these Islanders, when the chance comes, You're going to have to make the most of it. You can't afford to drop a catch or sit back on it. And didn't have a great day the other day.
Quiet out there, isn't it? Very quiet.
It's a good ball. Oh! Trouble. Small little collision between the bowler and his follow through as Nazaka looks to set off for a run, and he'd unable to pick up the ball and get it round the batsman. Would have been a heck of a dismissal had he got that. Oh! Looks like it's come off Nazaka's bat.
There's a half
Is
appeal
there an
for
appeal there for
Oh,
obstruction
could have
obstructing
been.
the field, Mark?
half appeal.
Why not ask the question? He turns at the top of his run up, ready to thunder in again, and the sun comes out, beating down on the beautiful blades of grass at Kwong Road, and it's hit over mid-on for 4 more to the score. Nazaka looks like he's in the mood.
Don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, Farms. Length maybe fractionally too full. But he's attacking the stumps, and the first ball he bowled is outstanding. That's the sort of length you've got to bowl in Nazaka. As soon as you get full and he gets in that big front dog of his, in Tennessee the ball will end up in a police station. So Looster over here trying to find the ball. Looked like he's actually lying down to have a little bit of a kip.
Yeah, I believe he was trying to find his bow tie last night and lost it, and that's why he was late to his event. Big call, changing the field as younger Han Trivedi's called up from fine leg up into the ring, and Martin Versfeld comes to hang out next to the commentary tent on the boundary.
We've got over here a couple of hectares over the back far corner of the ground.
Yeah, yep. Passionate Hong Kong cricket supporters as that's over. Cover, and that's 4 more. He's unstoppable, and when you get Nazaka Khan in one of these moods, it's pretty hard to stop that juggernaut. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is exciting stuff.
50 up.
And that, everybody, is the 50 up inside the 5th over.
Oh, what a shot. Width, full. And Nazaka says, thank you very much. Nazaka races on to 45 of 21 deliveries. An outstanding innings. Really showing why he's one of the best batsmen. Certainly in Hong Kong, but most definitely in associate cricket as well. He's in this sort of mood, and Hong Kong Islanders were hoping that contact length stayed out. My word, it's in there now, and he's seeing the ball very well. Hayden again. Bowling back of the length. Problems here for Captain Atkinson. Who's he going to go to? Does he continue with Wahid? He continues with his plan with a spin at the top end. Baseball pitch end. Continues with his quicks down here, but it hasn't worked today. Steadies himself before he comes in and bowls his last ball of his first over. It's full. Nazaka will know that he's missed out there. But brings an end to the 5th over. Lions are rocketing along here at 11 runs and over. They're none for 55. We have SR Khan coming in to close out the power play. He's done an outstanding job for the Hong Kong Islanders. yesterday. His bowling performance in the second game yesterday was brilliant. We'll have to see here the way that Zaka decides to play. Does he keep going? Is he content with the start they've had? For me, he's got to keep going the way he's going. Throw it all in. They've got plenty of depth in their batting. The Lions, Zaz Khan coming in next. Zishan Ali will follow him. We have Dan Pascoe coming in, the professor. Look over there to the Lions bench and you see the skipper's like a caged lion over there, bouncing around, practicing his shots. Gloves on, helmet on, he's ready to rock and roll. This is the last time Rory Cox faced a ball. As we see here, France is having some issues with the insect repellent. He's decided to go all Kiwi honest and taking the shoes and socks off and everything. Hopefully there's no smell of it.
It's absolutely cooking, TJ. We've got to get the feet out. We've got the grass between my toes and try and cool off a little bit.
Now you earthed yourself, is it?
Yeah, absolutely. I might be asking for the ice bath from the feet. So there's another big appeal, and
There's going to be a couple of guys in the next seminar of understanding the LBW rule, I think.
certainly some optimistic appeals going on. Maybe they're just playing a numbers game, TJ.
Well, it's a pretty good game to play here in Hong Kong, Mark.
What's on the board? Miss Ford. That's from Bruce Forsyth. What was the name of the game? The Generation Game. Nice to see ya. To see ya. Nice. Oh, there's just appeals everywhere and overthrows and it's all happening. I guess if you can't get them out yourself, you ask the umpire to help you. And Venkat not obliging.
How long it's going to take before he breaks, Barnes?
Very, very aggressive.
That's just
Appealing.
a good insect repellent straight into the deep
Sorry.
eyes. All out.
Sorry, big fella. Get the foghorn going, hopefully that'll clear them.
I thought I was having a heart attack half an hour ago. That eating chicken biryani.
Oh, there we go, an S-arm with his trademark celebration. Fingers in the air like you just don't care, big smile. And that is the end of Rory Cox.
Well, Rory probably faced a ball there for about 35 minutes.
Nazaz's captain almost looks excited by the fact that there's been a dismissal as he starts running out before the Islanders have even had a chance to get into a huddle. He's seen the action from Nazaka Khan and he goes, I want a piece of it. Makes his way out to the crease and Rory will be disappointed to have a short innings again.
Generally something always happens when you've got Ehsan Khan in the game. Good, bad or ugly.
Yeah, there's always something going on.
Yeah. But I must say, one of the positive things about someone like an Ehsan Khan, he loves getting into battle.
Yeah,
He loves
absolutely.
getting toe to toe with people. He doesn't care who it is, whether it's a big name or it's a young kid or whatever it is. He's prepared to go toe to toe with you. He'll get up, eyeball you if he has to. Very passionate man, loves his cricket. See, he can continue here, and can the Islanders wrestle back some of this momentum that the Zakat Khan Lions have created so far this afternoon?
Oi. Universal signal for, oh, that was a close one. Yeah, apologies about that.
Sharp with the keeping there from Ma.
that, TJ?
I thought that's Nazaka saying no.
Oh.
That's the translation for no. It's something that I brought into training. Glad to see they're using it.
Sounds like the heat's getting to you, TJ. Oh, Marty Versfeld, booster, just telling himself off. Looks like he's just come in from the beach.
That singles the end of the power play, and the best power play we've had so far this tournament. Mark, it's 1 for 57. Obviously lost the wicket of Rory Cox there, and the Ehsan Khan first over. He loves closing out the power plays. Ehsan Khan loves getting in the game.
Ehsan Khan come down to see us here at Long On. Likes to be as close to the camera as he can.
Ehsan Khan just asking us there, did we think that Nazaka was out LBW?
A resounding no from everybody in the commentary box. There's Martin Booster starts off with a dot ball. Probably a little bit too short than he'd like, and he's going to have to find that good length here, because if he over pitches, that is going sailing. It's well bowled, and it's just pushed into the leg side for one and brings Zaz Khan under the strike.
Oh, hang on. Yep.
Oh dear. Oh dear. A few buzzers there.
That's totally okay. That's a run. I don't know what the umpires have come to talk to
Just
each other
up.
about. It's a run. It's an overthrow. Let's just get on with the game.
Apologies, the scorecard will update shortly
No,
to show
no,
Azaz
no,
Khan
no,
in the
no.
crease.
That's a run, guys.
Trent Johnston
Ball's still
unhappy.
alive. Unbelievable scenes. The throws come in from mid-on. The bowler's missed it. The guy backing up's missed it. It's clearly a run.
Do run, 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 the do run, run. Not according to the umpires, and Martin Booster Versfeld coming into Azaz. Oh! It's almost played on. This Booster just jags it back in.
Certainly coming off the seam, did it, Mark?
Oh, it certainly did. Good effort here from Martin Versfeld thus far. Now shaping up to coming to bowl in at Nazaka Khan, who's been electric, 46 off 23, and
Shah there will
Ooh.
put out a little word there, umpires. You can't be throwing the ball into the turf inside the circle.
certainly
Where's
not like
the
that onto the
consistency here?
used wicket.
Go and have a chat, lads.
Great to have you all joining us here for this All Stars Exhibition T20 Series final. An electric start by Nazaka Khan, 46 off 23, hitting it all around the park, and great bit of keeping there from Umar. If you've got any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to put it in the comments box, or at the very least let us know where in the world you're tuning in from. It'd be great to know where you're tuning in from and how far and wide our stream's reaching. This booster Martin Versfeld comes in, and another dot ball and a great first over for him.
An interesting comment there from former Cricket Hong Kong player and current KCC player and Chris Carter. Atkinson didn't fancy keeping in the heat, question mark. Well, that's something you could ask him later on, mate.
And that's the
Can't beat him, join him. Get the shoes off TJ.
at the end of the 5th over. Shoes are off and there's repellents out and 7th over. How many overs?
Wakey, wakey, farms. I know you've had a tough day, you've had a long day.
Overs 5.
So can't starts the 8th over. Oh! Certainly some spin and bounce here. Dan Pascal will be licking his lips over there, young Billy Actor. It's a wide ball. Turn, bounce down the leg side.
Yeah, there's a bit of turn out there, alright.
Yes, Khan turning the screws. Like I said last over, loves a contest.
changing it.
See the comments in the bottom here of the screen feeding through. Nazakat Khan is watching with you. So interesting. He's batting out in the middle and
Big loud booming call from Nazakat Khan telling his partner that I'm not interested in a run there, mate.
bowling. Excellent bowling from Hassan Khan, putting the screws on here. The skipper's now
We're just waiting for, if you haven't got the up-to-date scorecard, we're just working on that. A few technical difficulties. We'll get to try and get that corrected as soon as possible.
You've got Big T in the house here to do it. No better man in the business than Big T.
Dr. T stands for Mr. Technology.
Yeah. Looks slightly flustered, Farms. Probably woken him up from a little snooze around the back.
Yeah, he's sort of claiming to do the commentary in Cantonese, but he's having a little slumber after lunch. Just to update you on the score, it's currently 62 for 1 after 7.4. Nazakat Khan 47 off 30, 5 4s, 3 6s. 63. Hassan Khan getting into his second over.
Fine over from Hassan Khan. Completes the 8th over and Kowloon Lions boundaries have dried up. Last boundary was 20 balls ago, 21 balls ago actually. So it's a credit to Hassan Khan and a booster here from squeezing things here a little bit. See that nagging length that Martin's bowling here, just presenting the seam, nipping it back in. Real experienced campaigner, knows his game inside out.
Thank you. Goes up to there.
Yeah, Nazar's Khan just 2 off the 9 balls, so he's to try and get that strike rotating across to his partner Nazakat Khan, who's seeing it like a beach ball, and the scorecard's back to being accurate, so thanks for your patience there. Great effort fixing our technical difficulties from Big Tommy T, Technology T. Oh.
To all those fathers out there that are listening to the broadcast, happy Father's Day, you legends.
Big happy Father's Day to Cricket Hong Kong staff member Ravi Nagdev. He's ducked off after setting the game up today, and this is his first Father's Day, so congratulations to you. Great little bit of keeping there by Umar.
Taking the girls down to Kowloon Starbucks for lunch. No expenses spared with Ravi when he's taking the girls out for lunch. May have even taken a couple of chicken biryanis with him.
Short. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's a story for the ages. I believe Martin Versfeld might have just lidded Azaz Khan. Well, that'll be one to tell your children. He's got a big smile on his face. You're hearing about that at the end of the game.
Yeah, he certainly wouldn't have been thinking about doing that. I think that's fourth Chardonnay last night.
Oh,
Yeah, he's tried to go on one too many there, and that's one bounce four. Really, obviously, might be having a mirage out there. Sort of thought he was a big fast bowler and tried to go round two.
at times asking the concussion stuff.
This is why the commentary box should be enclosed, because then we don't have to get heckled by fielders like this. He's bowled a couple of good overs, he's got the first wicket. Now he's given us jip.
Fair ball.
Looks like the match ball might have done it. Retrieved it. Slow retrieval by the fielders.
So that's the first boundary in 25 balls, so the Islanders have fought back there. Not too sure why we're stopped here. He's got the ball. What's happening? Blue's doing the chest pumped out, isn't it? He's pretty well dragged that last one down.
Yeah, Lidding his ours has really seen him change his posture. Certainly got his tail up now.
Some more good running there. Good call from Zakat. These guys have come through the grades together, come through the pathway together, so they know each other very well. Understanding and running between the wickets should come very easy between these two.
Could be it.
Khan sitting at 49 off 33. So an interesting way to bring up your 50.
You hit it?
Bottom edge, hitting it behind the keeper, and his teammates not wise to it at all. Completely oblivious to what's going on in the game, and it's all just silent. Well better than Zakat Khan, even if your teammates don't know anything about it.
Teammates not worried, they're asleep.
Obviously feeling very, very relaxed and confident in what they're doing out there, that they're just not focused on the game at all, TJ. Got this.
Change of goal and Kinchin Shah coming back on. Pretty much the same tactic as yesterday in both games. Jamie, Kinchin bowled 2, Ehsan will bowl 2, bring Kinchin on, then he'll squeeze, try and get a couple out of Ahan. And then Kinchin, Ehsan will finish at the top. Booster bowling pretty well down here at the bottom. He's halted the runs a little bit. The run rate's just a tad under 8 now, where it was 11s a couple of overs ago. So the big thing there is you stop the boundaries, you stop those big overs. You look through the Kitchen comes in here now. Oh, he's got him. He's gone.
Oh, booster.
It's the big wicket there. Too sure why Nazaka's hanging around. But certainly the ball was there to be hit. Fortunately, he didn't do that. Thickish edge. And you just can't keep Booster out of the game. Big Marty. Bouncing blokes, hitting blokes in the head, taking catches. Outstanding effort. Backing up after a couple of quiet sherbets last night with the boys.
Interesting.
Well, we've just been updated by the scorers that our online score might be out by 1 and Nazak had actually dismissed by 49, not 50. There'll be a small correction there as we see Zishan Ali come out, and another strong batsman. Not going to get any easier for Hong Kong Islanders, but they've done a phenomenal job, as TJ was saying, of pulling it back in after a phenomenal electric start by Nazaka Khan and Martin Versfeld. Kitchen Shah doing a great job at slowing things down. Well, we spoke about the last few days. It's not always that easy starting your innings on this pitch.
I must say, whoever's decided to take the shoes off, I'm actually a lot cooler. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. Feet, through the feet that your soul connects to the earth, TJ.
Yeah. Google tell you that, France?
I've not spoken to Google about that one. That's just, I thought that was just common knowledge, TJ.
Okay, right, yeah. I obviously need to read some more. Interesting position here. We've got a slip in, we've got a deep point. Probably even looks like he's behind point. Kitchen's obviously going to be bowling a little bit wider.
Oh, there's cries and screams and appeals, and the umpires are not interested. And it's one run.
Actually sure if umpire Thompson was looking at that. As he walks in with his two-tone black trousers.
Squeeze an extra season out of them.
I think this is last season actually.
He's hanging the finger up, is he?
Hanging the finger up, retiring those trousers. Certainly be.
If there was a museum of artefacts or anything like that from Cricket Hong Kong point of view, well then they should end up in there. What do you think, Sparks?
Yeah, certainly, they've seen a lot of dismissals. Seen a lot of action out in the middle.
Oh, it's good fielding there. That's probably why Jamie Atkinson isn't keeping today. He's probably a little bit better in the field than Umar, and Umar's doing a fantastic job behind the stumps there.
Just looking in the foreground, looks like we've acquired a great spectator there, just behind the fence, shirt off, enjoying the sights and sounds of a cricket game. There he is, sort of changing position at the end of the over. Booster continuing to towel himself off. That's one run down the ground. the score moves to 73 for 2. Oh, strike down the ground. It's just going to be the one as Esan employs the long barrel.
Great technique with the barrel too. Farms.
Yeah, no, this back foot was up. I'd like to sort of see.
I just looked at it. I thought it was pretty good.
Zishan not able to capitalise on the short wide one. Booster doing a great job for his side here, Martin Versfeld.
Need a shout there from Jamie Atkinson. Let's push for 3. Looks like that could have been prize. You see that ball again jumping up a pretty good length. To give any sort of score, sort of 140, 45, 150, it's going to be hard to chase it this weekend, I reckon. The impressive Dan Pascoe has been probably the bowler of the tournament so far. From a wicket-taking point of view and an economy point of view, he's been absolutely outstanding, those middle overs for the Kowloon Lions. Just to the back of the length and straight, Zaz has to defend that. Tika.
Tiga.
Shabash.
Heard a noise in the background of the commentary tent, and I thought someone had suffered a similar fate to TJ a few days ago, where the blue wrestling chairs claimed an ankle and a life, and unfortunately it was just kicking a box. But be careful, the wrestling chairs, they can get you.
Almost got Wilson today morning.
The Kowloon Lions moved to 76 for 2. You see the Manhattan just earlier. It's an electric first 5 overs, and then the change in bowling has had a huge impact on things and managed to really rein back in the absolutely phenomenal start from the Kowloon Lions. And Jamie Atkinson's making a bowling change at the softball pitch end, and young Ahan Trivedi, the young off spinner, is going to come into the attack.
I hope that our HR manager, Elaine Lou, is listening into the broadcast and all this ganging up on TJ Day.
Sliding effort, and he does a job and providing a ski slope for it to slide over the boundary, and tough break for young Ahan Trivedi, going for a boundary off his first ball.
Where you probably employ the long barrier farms as opposed to the sort of sliding into third base.
Yeah, absolutely. Comes down the wicket.
Taxi.
That is massive. That has almost gone into the softball field over their boundary net. Enormous shot, and Nazar's clearly had eyes on that. He was quick to get down the wicket and launched right into that. So we see some of the spectators down by the entrance there get up off their seat and start wandering around to the softball field.
The Kowloon Lions had hit one boundary in 6 overs, farms, before the start of this over. Nazar's cards goes bang and bang.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a big bang, all right, and it's almost worthy of 2 boundaries, but you can't do that in cricket. There's our mate there, spectator on the other side of the fence, shirt off, trying to get a tan in these wonderful weather conditions. Hands on hips, just waiting for the action to start.
Shukla has gone walking around to the softball area to try and retrieve the ball. As the spare's been brought onto the field. What's going to happen here is I'm going to back himself and keep throwing the ball up. Is the skipper going to keep trying to take him downtown? Certainly a lot of room around here, singles inside the ring. Ball is gone flaying out there, and that's, watch the spin, Marty. Number in 87.
Oh.
It's brought it up, and he's got him. There it is. The Aussies don't like to be on number 87. There's any Aussies involved out there.
Zishan trying to follow Zaza's lead and run down the wicket and launch it out of the park, but didn't get close enough to that ball, and all he's done is taken the outside edge into the hungry mitts of Ihsan Khan. Great little reward there from young Ahan Trivedi, and a big wicket. Sees the left-handed Ihsan Ayaz come out to the crease. Short stay for Zishan Ali, and he'll be disappointed to only add the 2 runs in this All Stars Exhibition Series final.
So is this going to be the stage of the game where the Islanders can get themselves back in? 3 for 87. 11.4 overs bowled. Present run rate's just a tad under 7.5. Wasp has the prediction sitting at 156. Credit to young Ahan, he's slogged over his first ball for 4 and a poor piece of fielding down a deep mid on, and then Zaza's absolutely crushed one onto the softball pitch for 6. Bowled it wider and a little bit slower and got sliced through there, and he's done exactly the same thing to the Zishan, and he's got his reward, the young man, and I like that. I like that about him. He's not afraid to keep tossing the ball up. Let's see how he goes here. I like the first slip in here from the skipper and bowler. Oi! Yo!
Oh, cries and groans in the hope that it was almost an LBW, worthy of an LBW shout, but not quite there.
Get involved, I think. Get me involved, he says to the young Ahan. Get me involved, son.
Delivery there, and superb effort by the young Ahan. Oh, it's taking the inside edge. Into the over, and
Is Varsfeld finish his spell here, Farms, or do we bring the change on? What's your thoughts?
oh, look, I think while he's up and running, he's doing alright. Just get him done.
Doesn't look like that way. Captain Atkinson's maybe thinking something else. Looks like he might be going to his young tearaway in Ayush. Start the game very well. 2 overs, none for 23, but he's got an opportunity here to bowl. Get himself back into the game, get his team back into the game.
Players out there will be grateful for this breeze that's picking up, taking a little bit of the edge out of the hot, humid conditions here. Wasp predicted score of 154. We'll see how the Kowloon Lions go, and tracking towards that predicted total. This man right here, Azaz Khan's going to have to be a big part of that. Just drops it into the offside for 1 run.
Plenty of messages being relayed from the sideline.
Yeah, I'll look at that.
Shukla coming round the wicket to the left-hander. Outside off and a swipe, but not able to make contact, and it just goes through to Umar Muhammad with the gloves. Shukla will be grateful for the fact that Nazakit Khan's not out there, because he really laid into him from the first ball of the match, striking it straight back over his head for 6 runs. It was a phenomenal way to start the game. This time he's pulled down leg and diving. Umar Muhammad manages to get a hand on it, but the Zars runs through for another run onto the wide.
Yeah, the only good thing probably coming out of that first delivery today, Farms, is the ball didn't go over the fence.
Absolutely, TJ. Result to keep the ball in the mix.
Considering last All-Star Series, I think we probably lost somewhere near about 25 balls. I think we've lost 2 so far. Outstanding. The boys are learning to hit the softball end.
Yeah, absolutely. Great adjustment by the boys, and I know a lot of work went into that with you and your training sessions, a lot of classroom sessions, sort of looking at the ground dimensions and where best to hit a 6.
Taking the boys through the profit and loss sheets. Cricket balls we've got to buy. Yeah.
As we see Ayush Shukla coming round the wicket again to Ihsan Ayaz. Straight and just defended with the full face. No run.
Captain's asked the boys to put the squeeze on.
Dropped in front of point and run through easily for a run.
Is that a run through easily for a run?
Yeah.
Is that the same as what was it earlier on?
Bowling, right arm over bowling or something. The whole old day. Very watchable cricketer. Long barrels, short barrels,
Side barrels.
side barrels.
Does down the wicket, smashes it straight to mid
Oh.
off. Fumble.
And a good doof as it hits Jamie Atkinson in the chest.
Big man, isn't he?
He certainly got his body behind that. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Taylor rotates 3 for 93 or 93 for 3 depending on wherever you are in the world. Wasp still has a sitting around about 155. Run rate at present time is 7.15. They'd like to see that up to sort of somewhere around 9s, 8.5 by the end of the game. They go at 8s now. The remainder of the innings I'll get 150. So they'll want to go more than that, especially if the Zars come back the remaining overs out. We'll see another change of bowling. Ihsan Khan coming in into the attack to replace Ihsan Khan 2 overs, 1 for 4. Like I said at the start of the broadcast, he was outstanding yesterday and has continued that on today. Yes, a wicket that's helping him.
Oh!
Zars has got away with that. It's actually gone like an under edge. Ihsan's going, Umar, what are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously?
Oh, it's fair to say I'm part of the wicketkeepers union, and I feel like Umar's getting a hard time there from Ihsan, claiming that it's his fault when there's the under edge on the bat. Unfortunately, that's just cricket. Optimistic runs. Left-hander on strike. We'll see Esan come round the wicket and take the ball away from the left-hander. Jerry.
Change the field, Atkinson comes in the slip. Love it. Bring up your mid on, Esan. Bring up your mid on, mate. Cover into squeeze, mid wicket into squeeze. Let's keep Azaz off strike as much as you can. Islanders got to get back into this game. Wickets and dot balls.
Oh, someone's tried to stop that with their boot.
Was that the Scalacci out there, was it?
Jeez. Dazang Bulsara.
Watching a little bit of Euro 2020.
Jeez. Well, certainly was an atmosphere around the UK that it was coming home. Short-lived, and then they realised it certainly wasn't coming home after the little draw with Scotland. Zaz comes down the wicket and just punches it down the ground for one. Building his innings nicely as he moves to 29 off 25, 26 I should say.
100 up.
Brings up the 100.
Andy. Flicked into the leg side and they're running hard, and Hardenverse felt a bit laboured to get to that ball, and they've come through for 2 runs. Big appeals, and he's been given. Esan looking
He's not too happy with the decision.
perplexed by the decision, certainly. Umar and Esan look very convinced that there was a wicket, as did umpire Venkat as he raised his digit.
Too hard to tell.
Wonder whether
So
he might have
far
just
away,
clipped his pad on the way through, perhaps. That brings Prof and Pascoe into the crease. And after a dynamite start by Nazakat Khan, the Kowloon Lions have really stalled a little bit here, and Islanders have done a fantastic job of reining things back in.
Look at the scorecard. You've got Nazakat Khan, 49 off 35, 5 fours and 3 sixes. Rory Cox didn't face a lot of balls out there for a period of time, and got on strike and chopped one onto Esan Khan, and he was gone for 4. Zishan Ali come and went pretty quickly. He only made 2. You saw there Esan Ayaz caught behind to the impressive Muhammad Umar today off the bowling of Esan Khan for 4. Esan Khan has the outstanding figures of 3 overs, 2 for 13. It's brought Dan Pascoe to the crease now. He'll be a perfect foil for Azaz. He'll rotate the strike, he'll run hard, balls in his hitting area, he'll hit it. I like the way he goes about and plays his cricket. The change of bowling here, Mahid Mohammed back into the attack. Certainly like to improve on his first over. He conceded 3 boundaries when Zakat Khan was going mental. Starts with a shortish ball on the leg side, which has helped to find leg. Esan 6 overs to go. Wasp really hasn't moved. If anything, it's come down to 152 from 154 after the fall of that wicket. But Wasp doesn't know that the Professor's coming.
Certainly doesn't. Certainly doesn't. The Prof. Great innings in the first All Stars series and match winning, in fact. Kowloon Lions side will be hoping.
Oh, he's bowling.
Oh! As we're just talking him up, that's a great delivery. His first ball. Oh, what a delivery. Just jagged back in a long way. Outstanding. The Islanders just keep on keeping on and getting themselves into this game and slowing things down.
To me, that he was caught on the crease there, Farms, was he?
Certainly was, and just then done by the movement in.
Oh, it's an absolute beauty first pill. Looks at that in the replay. He's probably going to think I probably should have got forward, but still in all, it's a pretty good delivery from young Mohammed Waheed, and he's right back in this game now.
And MD Cummerall, you're right, out, out, out. Certainly is.
We see young Jaden Botfield coming in, who played an impressive innings yesterday. 26 off about 13 pills with a couple of big sixes. Gave his team
Little glimpse of hope when they were chasing down the total. Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and I think he's involved in about 4 catches as well he took. So he's right in the thick of it yesterday, and he's actually coming to the crease with his Lions side with quite a bit of work to do here, with just over 5 overs remaining, and they're already 5 down. Skipper Azaz Khan going alright at 30 off 27, but they're going to have to find a way to build a partnership here, get themselves into the back end of this innings and try and launch and get up near that Wasp predicted score of 146.
Really funny how this T20 game can turn in the matter of a couple of balls, really, isn't it? Partnership sailing along up front with the openers of 56. Partnerships of 17, 10, 11 and 2.
Oh no, oh yeah.
It's no barbecue. Just like he's lost his run up there a little. Continue to go through and bowl the ball. Islanders seem to be back up to where they are. Right from the fielder with 1 more wicket, boys, 1 more wicket. Probably need 5 actually.
Run down to third man, good shot by Jaden Botfield, trying to rotate the strike to his skipper. No Chinese commentary for this game. So we see the Chinese commentary team walk past the commentary box.
Led by Big T.
I've had a little bird whisper in my ear that there's a little thought that there might be some ice cream floating around Tin Kwong Road, and I'll tell you what, if there is, send it this way. Concludes the over, score at 106 for 5 after 15, entering the last 5 overs. The Lions with 5 wickets in hand, currently tracking along at just over 7 and over. Wasp predicted score of 146, which would be a very competitive total out here. The Islanders will be hoping they can juice that a bit further.
So again, Captain Atkinson bringing the changes, and Kitchen will come in and bowl his final over. Then I predict Ahan will bowl the 18th. Then I predict SR Khan to bowl the 20th.
No room for Versfeld.
Well, he'll probably come down this bottom end. That's what's been happening throughout the whole game, throughout the whole campaign for the Islanders. Is spin at one end and pace at the other. Medium.
The old Gavin Larsons. Oh, it's the dot dot. Jaden looks to try and rotate the strike.
A little bit of Lance Kluser in his run up and the way he bowls. No.
He's got a little bit of combination between Lance Klusner, Gavin Larson,
Constantine is here.
Fred Flintstone with the way that he runs into his
Constantine
tempo
is
bowling.
here. Elaine's here.
It looks like Elaine's heard you talk of bullying, and she's
Oh, that means
and out.
It's a pretty fair decision. Looking here and deep first slip to Kinshit Shah's bowling. Looked pretty adjacent, was pretty adjacent, pretty easy decision. And I'm so happy that HR manager Elaine Liu has rocked into the ground.
ice cream.
Yeah, it's a welcome sight as we have our HR manager come in, and we'll be
Watermelon.
sending through various reports of the bullying and all sorts of happenings that have been going on
Bullying
over the
and
weekend.
harassment over the weekend. Be an email on in your inbox 9 o'clock tomorrow, Elaine.
Get those ice creams down here. The Lions have some work to do here.
Did I hear that someone was going to get some ice creams? Is that right?
Ice cream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream.
Fruit instead.
I've gone the healthy option with fruit. Build me up and break me down. Kowloon Lions 106 for 6, only 4 wickets in hand with still quite a lot of time left in this innings, and there looks like we've got left Lions in danger here of stuttering and spluttering after a dynamic start, and they might find themselves with an underpass score if they, unless Azaz Khan's able to do something about it, or some fresh fruit has been delivered. A big thank you very much for that.
Elaine, head of HR's come out looking after the team. Outstanding. Hang on. Whoa. Here's a forky, mate. No fingers.
Wicked maiden. You can check.
With all that distraction of HR and fruit, we missed it. That was a wicket maiden. Phenomenal effort in the T20 match. And you look at that worm after the unbelievable start, it's just tailing off and constantly losing wickets, and no partnership's been formed.
The past 4 overs, 5 overs, have lost 4 for 20. So it's really derailed their opportunity to put a match-winning score of 150, 155, 160. Wasp is now down to 137. He's woken up from the hammock at the back garden.
And the run rate dropped down to close to 6.5 now.
So crucial that Azaz can post a score of somewhere near around 135. 135 on this wicket with the likes of Dan Pascoe, Bilal Akhtar, and a fantastic fast bowling quartet of Zaz.
Oh, catch it.
Oh, it's nearly one of the great catches.
Just a couple of steps in. A little bit of backing up from Tavang as he runs in off the boundary.
I think it's one short.
Oh,
Dear.
one short. Oh.
Tomo is going to be happy that he's got it all in today. One short. Hasn't given a decision yet, but I'm sure that won't be far away. He's only got one gear. Strap yourself in here, lads.
Did you see the shot at KCC where he stood behind the stumps to slog 1 over 6? You haven't seen that? Gotta show that to you.
Zaz comes down the wicket and Wahid up to the task and keeps it wide outside off, and Zaz not able to.
Oh! Nasty blow. It's got him just in the chest area. Not happy either.
Yeah, Zaz packing a sad about that. Wouldn't be happy about wearing one in the chest as Deep comes running out. Feel like he won't be happy about getting hit in the chest, and he also won't be happy about missing out on the opportunity to score some runs. Oh, had a
Very smart.
slash at it, and Jack Meadows has run round, and he's ended up slide tackling and kicking the ball over the line.
I'm not sure if he caught a glimpse of umpire Venkat there at square leg, but he gave us every signal he possibly could have done for that. There was a wide, there was a no ball, it's one over the shoulder height.
It might be the second bounce of the over, so it might be a no ball. That's what they're discussing there. That's what Niaz is appealing for.
Go again. Jamie's getting involved with the Zaz. It's getting heated out there. I love it. This is finals cricket, folks.
Walkie-talkies are out, there's discussions and chats, and guys on the boundary don't have a Scooby, they're just ready to play cricket. Booster Versfeld still toweling himself off with his bright red towel.
No, they've called the over. How's it called the over?
Speaking of Booster, it looks like he might be called up to have a rumble at the softball end.
This is a surprise to me. So what Jamie's going to do here is he's obviously going to bowl. He's one over short up there because Assar can bowl the last. Kinchit's finished his allotment. Ahan's bowled one. So this is the other over he needs to get out of the top, and then he'll have Wahid bowl. Just excuse me, folks. Just have to find out what Wilson's talking about. Sorry.
From a British humour.
Thanks for that, Wilson.
Just a little update on the weather here. It's getting hotter as we get into the afternoon. 32 degrees, feels like 42.
Says feels like 42.
That's why Booster's walking around with a towel.
Oh,
Be mistaken for thinking he's been standing out in the rain, but that's just the sweat and the heat getting to him.
Yeah, we see him come in there, farms, and gets that ball nipping back off the seam. And
Yeah, but
that wasn't a lot straighter than we've seen the downfall of Azaz, which would have been a catastrophe for the Lions.
great bit of nippage. And he
Forward,
comes.
and that's a lovely cricket shot. It's one bounce into the fence. There's no messing around here. Azaz is going to pull the trigger. He's gone from second to fifth gear straight away. Plenty of encouragement on the sidelines. Wasp has now gone up to 141. Azaz current 37 off 33. 4 boundaries and a 6 in that total. As we see Muhammad Umar come up to the stumps. That's a slide down. Oh, no,
dear.
Suicide.
What are you doing?
What has just happened there?
It's an optimistic run scoring opportunity, and Umar up to the task. Great to quickly collect the ball and underarm it back at the stumps, and made no mistake in executing that. And Niaz on his bike, out for 6 of 5 deliveries.
he hesitated. If he didn't hesitate, he would have made it. And he ran off sideways, single straight.
So, see Dhananjay Rao come in, and there's still 2.4 overs remaining. Still a lot of cricket left in this innings. We're really going to be looking to Azaz Khan to be the man that can try and lift their score up. Wasp keeps going down to 139 now, as the Kowloon Lions dugout is calling and chanting and sending out encouragement, saying give us 20 to 30 more, that's what we need. Just bat with Azaz, let him do the hard work. Just swing and a miss. The ball outside off by Martin Versfeld, who's done a great job for his Hong Kong Islanders side today. Gone for 18 off his 3.3 overs. Like to snare a wicket before he's done. Oh! It won't be from that ball as it goes along, and Vang runs around from deep square leg and pulls it in. Oh no. Oh, it's just...
Oh,
Oh, my.
no.
I just don't know what we're seeing here, folks. No one getting back to the stumps to receive the ball. Ball hurled at the stumps, and then Kinchett having another crack, and Dhananjay thinking he is absolutely barbecued and not really trying to get back. And for a side that's experienced winning the Epic Group All Stars series earlier this year, they're not showing that here, giving away easy wickets to the Hong Kong Islanders. And now 121 for 7 with 2.2 overs left, and looks like Vikas Sharma coming out to the crease. It's really looking like game on here.
Really have imploded,
Oh,
haven't they, Mark?
yeah, it's just after having a great first partnership, the wickets just keep getting more and more frequent.
Oh.
I tell you what, it's a pretty impressive spell from Martin Larsfeld. 4 overs, no maidens, none for 20.
Yeah, it's an outstanding effort from the
The towel off King.
towel, the man with the towel, toweling himself off since the first over. I don't think he washed that red towel after yesterday's game either, so that thing is going to be absolutely honking. I hope he throws it in the bin after, because no washing machine deserves to have to deal with something like that going through it.
I have to question too whether the actual playing kit was washed.
Well,
Straight from here to an awards night.
yeah,
He would have had a couple of sherbets and he would have slept in. Are you telling me that gear's been washed?
oh yeah, I won't be going near him in the aftermatch handshakes, and certainly wouldn't want to be entering the ice bath straight after him, or with him for that matter. So Yush Shukla comes in back of a length, and Vikas Sharma unable to lay a bat on it.
So what can the Vikas Sharma do here now? Well, one thing he has to do, he has to get the skipper on strike. That's his first job. How can he get one? And it's going to be suicide again.
Oh!
Oh dear. Wow, 3 stumps to aim at.
It's just hit and run stuff. Backed up there. Young Ahan Trivedi that might have been there. Yush Shukla now having a bowl to the set batsman Azaz Khan, the man that's going to be responsible for trying to get his Kowloon Lions team to a respectable total and a defendable total. 122 for 8, they need some more runs on the board. 10 balls left in the innings.
Ticker. Bowled.
Oh God.
Left into the deep mid-wicket corner, and a great fielding effort by Ahan. It's just the 2 runs. Great effort by the young lad.
Islanders are really up for it now.
Gets a big round of applause from the senior statesman, Ihsan Khan.
Look at those hands. They look like they're mummified. Too sure if that's legal. How was that? Neenat Shah being tackled by the 30-metre circle disc. Did you see him get taken
Oh,
down there?
sniper on the ridge.
Yeah. Is that secret leg bias? See that total? Yeah. 25 for 8. 8 balls left in the innings. Vikas Sharma do here now. He's probably almost got a free hit here. Not too sure how Wilson's going to code that. The attempted pull shot, which has gone to cover.
Shukla.
So what does
To
Azaz
close
Khan
out this
do here
over.
now? Does he look to go for the big boundary? Does he look to try and retain the strike for the last over, knowing that he'll probably face the bowling of Ehsan Khan? The hush goes over the ground.
This one's going to break, thread the gap, and it'll be 4 more to the score, and a disappointing end to the Ayush Shukla over. As he goes 4 overs, none for 37. Kowloon Lions make their way to 130 for 8 after 19 overs, leading into this final 6 balls of the first innings of this All Stars Exhibition series. Deep, running out a fresh pair of gloves for the skipper Ehsan Khan, so he can grip the bat strong and tight leading into this last over and try and clear that boundary.
You see Martin Varsfeld, deep point, trying to find a speck of dryness on that towel that it's copped an awful battering over the last 2 days.
Absolutely, I feel for it.
Back on strike and let the skipper do his work. Just got to readjust.
Oh, what's... Oh.
Seen some amazing things go on in this cricket field today, Farms.
Yeah, it's all happening here, and 2 people covering off getting the ball, and somehow they still managed to single, and the Islanders will be disappointed to see Ehsan Khan on strike. It's rocking along, 43 off 37.
So Wasp has got the score at 138. Are you buying or selling, Mark?
I'm selling.
Yeah.
No, I'm buying. We're going up.
Way higher than that, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's a no ball.
Oh,
No, it's not.
oh
It's a
what?
no ball.
It's not been no balled.
Nope, it's fair.
It's a no ball.
Below.
It has to be a no ball.
You said it's below, just think it's below.
Nope.
No ball.
And he's off. That's the end of the Ehsan Khan innings. He's done a great job for his team, but unable to send that to the boundary, and he makes his way back to the hut.
You get that on the replay?
Good catch by Ehsan Khan.
Oh, wow.
I believe that might be Bilal. Is that Bilal coming to the crease? Young Bilal Akhtar, the leg spin bowler, onto the crease. And let's have a look. See what he's got. They've got 5 balls left, and they want to make sure that they get some runs off that. Here's a crack, and it's going to fall short of long off, and they'll just pick up the 1 run.
So Farmer was buying, Eddie was selling. What's he doing now?
Give it up.
Left. 1 1 wicket left. Can they get a couple of boundaries here just to finish off the innings? Out.
Oh,
dear.
dear me. Goodness gracious. Just a misread there by Jamie Atkinson, coming in a bit too hard, and
Can the Lions make him pay for that? Can this ball disappear over the boundary? He hasn't quite got it, but hopefully they get back for 2. Jack's got to throw to the keeper.
great effort.
2 runs scored.
Good awareness by young Bilal to just start bolting as soon as that came off the bat, and concludes the innings, and that'll take them to 136 for 9 off their 20 overs. So
Outstanding finish too by SR Khan. 6 off that last over, getting rid of the prize wicket of Azaz Khan, albeit in controversial circumstances where replays would probably show that it was maybe a no ball, which would have resulted in a free hit.
yeah, well,
That's cricket.
certainly is. So that concludes the innings. 136 for 9. It's going to be an interesting total, certainly a chaseable total, but it's going to require some good work by key batsmen in the Hong Kong Islanders lineup after a phenomenal start to that innings. Out of this world sort of start. We saw Nazaka Khan blistering 49 off 35 balls. Rory Cox failed to really trouble too much, 4 of 8, and then Azaz Khan, who you saw get out in that last over, 43 off 38, and a group of single figure scores throughout the rest of the innings, and really a disappointing final score for the Kowloon Lions from where they were after being 56 for 1 after 5.4 overs to end up where they are. They'll be disappointed with that. Kinchit Shah doing a great job off his 4 overs, just taking 2 wickets and going for just the 15 runs. Ehsan Khan as well, fantastic job, 4 overs, no maidens, 3 wickets for 19, including that of Azaz Khan. And let's not miss Martin Versfeld, who did a great job for his team. Tried to slow that run rate and led to a little bit of the collapse by the Lions, and his 4 overs going for 20 runs. So we'll be back very soon to see the second innings of this All Stars Exhibition Series. See what the Hong Kong Islanders have in store for us, to see if they're able to chase down this Kowloon Lions total and earn themselves their first ever All Stars trophy. Welcome along to Kwong Road Recreation Ground for the second innings of this All Stars Exhibition T20 Series final. It's an absolutely scorching day here in Hong Kong as we hear the Chinese commentary team grateful that they've put their feet up and finished their stint. Having a grand old time over there. If you missed,
by Big T.
led by Big Tommy Technology T. If you missed the first innings, the Kowloon Lions, after an electric start, he's got 136 for 9. The Hong Kong Islanders are going to do their best to chase that down in pursuit of their first All Stars Exhibition T20 Series trophy. I've got head coach of the Hong Kong men's team, Trent Johnston, sitting here with me. He's going to call the shots for this second innings of the game, and it looks like we're going to have Kowloon Lions skipper Azaz Khan going to come in from the Argyle Street end to start things off in the second innings. TJ, welcome along.
Hey Farms, how are you?
Great, very good.
Just finishing off a CC lemon, which you've purchased for me. Thank you very much for that. As you see, Azar's little warm up coming in. Kowloon Lions will be slightly disappointed with that total of 136, especially where they were just outside of the power play where they were going 11 runs and over. But have a look at these names that we're going to be bowling here for the Kowloon Lions. They've got a powerful bowling attack: Azaz Khan, Dhananjay Rayo, Gandeep Sandhu, Niaz Ali, Vikesh Sharma. The last two names especially have been on fire in club cricket this season. Niaz taken near 40 wickets in Division 1 cricket on a Saturday. Vikesh really destroying top orders at will throughout the season with his fast outswing, right arm outswing bowling. You see Azaz coming to boom over. Oh, there's trouble already here. Oh wow. Really is a sort of a contagious sort of thing that's running between wickets. All of a sudden it was brilliant, it was beautiful, and it's just gone bang.
It's frenetic, isn't it? There's just people running around, pirouettes, dust bowls, it's just all happening. Certainly opportunities out there for a fielding side, but you've got to have your wits about you. Guys need to be aware of the situation, backing up. We saw guys not managing to get back to the stumps, and almost like having a throwing competition at the stumps. The first innings, as we see Azaz Khan steam in for the second ball of the innings. Short and worked down to short fine leg for one run by Umar.
Interesting with the two left-handers opening up, sort of back to the glory days of Australian cricket when there was Hayden and Langer. Hayden and Gilchrist in the one-day game. So be interesting here. Azaz will back himself. He swings the ball, swings the new ball back into these left-handers. So look to attack the stumps, attack the pads. And he had Shah facing up for his first delivery.
Short and wide, slapped through the offside, and it's going to get pulled inside the rope, and 2 runs to the score. Oh, is there one short there again? What is going on today? What's in the water, TJ? Second one short we've seen today. There was absolutely no need for that. It was an easy 2. Just wasted energy. Dropped down to short fine leg again off the hip, and just another run. There's ours shaping the ball into the left-hander, shapes it obviously away to the right-hander. That's probably why you see the 5-4 field, they've got the slip in. Third man back and deep square leg back on the boundary. comes, and
Oh, lovely ball.
Umar just takes it in the six-pack. Interesting to see Umar there shaping up almost to get ready to hit it through the offside, but with Azar's shaping it into him the way he is, it's you want to be getting across your off stump and looking to work it into the leg side, particularly that big gap between mid wicket and short fine leg. And he does just that as he has a giant swing of a pull shot, and it's Vikas Sharma out the deep square boundary, runs round, gathers it, and it's 2 more to the score. This time no one short, and they can collect both those runs. Takes the score to 5 off the first over. Steady start by the Hong Kong Islanders. So we look to see Niaz Ali, head of the left arm pace bowlers union of Hong Kong.
Head.
Had a fantastic club season this year. Very competitive player. Looking to make the most of his role with the ball today after not being able to offer much to his team with the bat after running himself out. Look at the field here, you have long on back and deep square leg, so both fine leg and third man inside the ring. Bring the slip into play, so it's a 6-3 offside field.
Shot.
There's some nice shape, and it doesn't matter as it's over pitched and slapped down the ground by Ninad Shah for 6 runs. Yes, Ali absolutely disgusted with the sight of that.
Nenad looking to really finish his season off well here. His scores are 17 and 6. Looking for a big score. His partner's at a score of 17 and an outstanding 60 odd. I've only about 50 balls. So we'll be looking to repeat that. Muhammad. That's wide.
Yeah, he's looking a little flustered there after the first couple of deliveries, and he's have to get back to his normal self, Mr. Consistent.
Very good fielder, mid on. As I've mentioned before, over the course of this All Stars series, Zakir Khan owns mid on. Loves fielding there, knows his angles, knows when to attack. Has a very, very strong arm and an accurate arm, so there's certainly not going to get back for 2 there. Yeah, swinging this ball. That's why Rory's still at first slip. Not too sure about the deep mid-wicket though, if you're swinging the ball away from the left-hander. Question to ask later on. Beautiful shape there. Bring your deep mid-wicket in, young man. Drop your third man back. Hits it to deep mid wicket.
Suma's trademark, flicking and whipping and slapping it across to the leg side. The Islanders along to 14 without loss.
See Booster Varsfeld coming over to the commentary box.
Looks like he's straight out of the resort with the Mr. Cool sunglasses, towel over his shoulders, and
HKCC towel too.
yeah, absolutely.
Is that allowed?
A little bit of his undies on show. Just trying to in search of the ice bath already by the looks of things.
Help yourself, son.
This is dropped into the vacant leg side ring, and Anjo runs in to collect it, and it's one more to the score. That concludes the second over, and the Hong Kong Islanders are 16 without loss. Steady start by the Hong Kong Islanders side. Great to have Brett Long tuning in after what was probably a great celebration last night. As that's a lovely shot by Ninad Shah, whipping it off his pads through mid-wicket for 4 more to the score. And we speak often about making sure you get in and out of your over, and Zah's going for a boundary first ball there, the last thing you want. Putting the batsman in a commanding position with 4 off the first ball already. Great to have Stephen Atkinson tuning in and watching in the British morning over there. Potentially a big day of cricket over in the UK with the World Test final taking place.
It's come with a pretty standard field. 5-4 offside. Short and a slap down. Should get 2 here. Backing up there from the Lions. Two. Pretty powerful batting lineup they have. Atkinson will probably come in next. Jack Meadows after him. Sorry, Kinchin Shah after him, then Jack Meadows.
Oh, he's done his best to have a little nibble and tried to feed onto Zishan, unable to get any bat on it. Lives to fight another day. Zah's currently recovering this over well after going 4 off the first ball. Couple of balls left in the over.
Is someone else caught behind or we have? Is someone caught behind?
Yeah, caught by.
That's a good hit.
Oh, it's dropped in. Oh! Dropped in the short cover, and Yaz runs in and unable to hit the stumps, and 1 more added to the score.
The last 2 balls have been conscious effort. Zars to take pace off, cutters into the wicket, which is pretty smart.
definitely a pitch for that. Cross seamers and cutters, we've seen them been really effective from the fast bowlers. Short. Oh no, jeez. Run out. Oh. Misread by Bilal. Slow to react, that needed to run in for that as a catch, and perhaps a missed opportunity.
Perhaps,
No,
definitely.
no damage done for the Hong Kong Islanders as they keep plodding along at 23 without loss after 3 overs. Currently ticking along at 7.7 with a required rate of 6.7. As we've seen throughout this All Stars series, it's not easy to get yourself in and get yourself going on this pitch, so once you get yourself set, you need a... Oh, it's cut and through the hands of Dan Pascoe, and there's Ali, absolutely disgusted.
So he should be. It's an easy opportunity for someone like Dan. Prides himself a lot in his fielding, but does a lot of hard work. That's just could have been something to kickstart the Lions' bowling innings here. Been a little bit off the pace, if I could say that, in the first 3.1 overs of this innings. And they needed to start well, considering where they dropped off with the back end of their innings. Yes, goes forward, see that ball swinging away. Very watchful from Umar.
Stephen Atkinson, that sounds like a fantastic day of sport. Test final, US Open Golf, Euro Soccer. Hong Kong Sevens are over there in the rugby. Sevens rugby and the Olympic repechage. Happy days. Settle in for a long day of sport. So there's a wild swing by Umar. Unable to make any contact, straight into the gloves of Zishan Ali, and there's Ali, just makes his way back to his mark. It's another dot ball. Swing.
Oh, deep mid wicket.
Oh.
Got him.
Solid catch and big power pose fist pump by Niaz Ali, and that sees Umar Muhammad make his way back to the pavilion, and that's him. He's done his dash for the final in this episode of the All Stars series, and that's going to see skipper Jamie Atkinson make his way out to the crease. Much needed wicket for the Kowloon Lions, and still plenty of work there. A lot of cricket to be played in this second innings. Very well placed fieldsman out on the boundary. Dhananjay didn't need to move a muscle. Straight down his throat. Big thank you to Montgomery Sports for all their work getting the uniforms prepared for us and helping us get the guys kitted out. They look great.
Noise is back for the Kowloon Lions. Amazing what a wicket does.
Yeah, no better energiser than a wicket. Tails are back up. Nice to just know that first wicket's taken and back in the hut. Slap down the ground. Oh, glorious shot. And that's not the way Niaz would have wanted to finish his over.
Juicy half volley farms. I think even me and you are hopping into that.
Certainly. Certainly be hungry for one of those as a batsman. And Nenad, 24 off 14, going along very, very nicely and takes his team to 30 for 1 after 4 overs. And all of a sudden, that little bit of energy Kowloon Lions got from that wicket seems to all have disappeared as there's a bowling change with Vikas Sharma coming into the attack. He'll be shaping the ball away from the right-hander. We're going to see if he can take that outside edge to the gloves of Zishan Ali. Great to see in the distance. Bunch of young cricketers in the cricket net off to the side of the ground doing some training. There they are, great to see them
Little sideline
in there.
factory.
Learning how to bat, learning the basic head swings. Got to get the basics right. Short, swiped at, no run, and that'll be the one for the over.
Started off with a couple of short balls here, Vikas, so hopefully he gets that ball up. He doesn't want to be too full because Jamie will just hop straight into it and put it straight into the police station if he is. Got Rory Cox there at first slip. Great support here from his skipper. 6-3 field, slip, backward point, cover point, cover, mid off, mid on. Fine legs up inside the circle. 2 guys out, third man and deep square leg. Jamie slides across there and there's no call wide by umpire Thompson, which I think we'll see. It's a pretty good call, that. Give you the wrap there, Tomo.
Short and almost worn that in the crown jewels. Here's Ali.
Suraps.
Dangerous delivery that, just with the fine leg inside the ring. If it gets past him, it's more than likely to be 4 runs. Like he's got away with that. Oh, lovely delivery, shaping away, and got a lot of footwork there from Jamie, and fortunate enough not to schnick it.
Just taking the first slip out too. Constantly have conversations with Azaz about potentially changing the field to bad bowling. I guess have been a little bit short before that delivery, and it's Jamie with a drive and he's played a miss and slips out a bit wicket. Jamie rocks back. No run, punches that straight to cover. That's a maiden for Vikas. He's got away with a couple there, but that's okay. That's cricket for you.
Impressive effort to bowl a maiden in a 2020 match, the 5th over. The score remains at 30 for 1. Run rate sitting at 6. Just over 6s, and the run rate required just over 7s. Plenty to play for both teams here. You see two very different starts to the first 5 overs. The Kowloon Lions' first 5 overs was something else, and I don't know what Zakat Khan had in his water earlier, but that first 5 overs of his striking was absolutely phenomenal. Hong Kong Islanders did a great job to peg it back after a lightning start going at around 10 and over, and to restrict the Kowloon Lions to 136 was a great effort. Niaz Ali continues on into his 3rd over, currently going figures of 2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 18. Skipper persisting with them, hoping he can find a wicket for them and take away one of these 2 very strong batsmen. Oh, you talk about first slips, and especially with Niaz taking the ball away to the left-hander, and Nenad having a wild swing, and he's just got the outside edge, and he's earned himself 4 runs, but what could have been, TJ?
Yeah, exactly right, Farms. Zaz needs to be possibly a little bit more aggressive in his field placings. Seen Nenad hit over mid-wicket, so a deep mid-wicket, deep head-on. Guy that's swinging the ball away from the left-hander. Now we see roll wide, well, stops and bobs, punches that over the boundary. It's a wide and a run. An interesting part here of the game, the last couple of balls. Excuse me, wow. Whew. It's been a long day, Farms.
It's a long hot day, that's for sure.
Won't need rocking your sleep tonight.
Certainly won't.
Said the Kowloon Lions, must for the skipper to get runs. Well, it's a must for the skipper here to get runs, and Jamie Atkinson for the Islanders. Niaz will just swing that ball back in, trying to attack that big front pad of Jamie's. One to get through between that pad. See Shanelli up to the stumps, very capable gloveman. He's just got a bit of an inside edge over there, and it's gone over mid-wicket. Misses that, he's in trouble. The Lions get 2 more runs and move on to 38. Pushing the last ball of power play.
Again, and hit Zakat Khan out at long on for 1 run.
Now you like your stats and that sort of stuff, Farms, at the same stage. Innings. Sorry. Wide and after the thickish edge of 4.
Oh,
Hang on.
it's high.
He doesn't drop a.
That's a great catch. That was up in the air for an eternity, and that's Cat's bread and butter. He's used to fielding down at long on or long off, and he steadied himself, and that fell into his big buckets, and the Hong Kong Islanders lose their second wicket.
In the context of the game, I don't know how big that will be, Farms. We talk about getting out of the power play, making sure we've got 2 set batsmen getting out of that power play, so someone doesn't have to start when the field spreads. Not sure there was that. That was the right shot to be playing at that particular part of his innings. Now they're 2 for 39 at the same stage. The Lions were 57.
Yeah.
So now we get one Shah departs and another Shah comes in.
Speaking of stats, TJ, here's one unrelated to the All Stars series, but I saw this morning on the bus over by Francis Payne, the New Zealand statistician. At the end of over 49 in the test yesterday, and 139 internationals together, Trent Bolt and Tim Southey had bowled 2,853.2 overs
Each.
and both had gone for 10,051 runs each.
So they've bowled the same amount of overs and they've gone for exactly the same amount of runs.
Who has more wickets?
That's not included in the little stats package there by Francis Payne, but I thought that was quite incredible to bowl almost 3,000 overs each together and to have gone for exactly the same number of runs. Coming in, looking to shape the ball into Kinchit Shah. See if he can challenge those stumps, challenge the front pad. And he's done neither of those things, and that's down leg side. And umpire Ian Thompson extends his wings, gives him a flap. That's scorers acknowledged as we see. Look over to the players' hut, and we can see Booster looking like he's at the beach, shirt off, sinking a can of soda. Looks like he's put his feet up for the day and he's expecting the boys out in the middle to finish things off.
He's just tucking into his 3rd chicken biryani as well. Look at him.
He's hiding around the corner from the boys too. We'll have to see if we can get Carrie to duck around the camera and just focus on Martin Versfeld tucking into a biryani there.
Hear the rubbish bin there?
No, other way. Just missing him by the scorer's box.
With the shirt off.
Just comes in again. And another wide down the leg side, failing to adjust the left-hander. There he is. The big man Martin Versfeld tucking into another biryani.
That's his 3rd.
Brett Long, if you're still watching, have a word, mate. Akash Sharma really needs to adjust his line here.
Still a bit of bat on that, I reckon, Farms.
Still a little bit too straight for my liking.
Actually not too sure if Martin actually put that chicken biryani in his bag. He's gone through the bathroom, out the back door. I think we can see him appear near the garbage bin where the stack of biryani is again.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That'll be interesting if he does that. He's taken one for later and the 3rd one for now. Whipped off the legs and it's going to go down to fine leg just for the 1 run. There's another man with his top off, Kerry.
Hunting them down, Kerry.
Staff on the roaming cameras knows how to find them.
Okay, good to see Carrie's enjoying herself. Oh,
I guess if you're on the camera you can zoom in and roam wherever you like, and it's up to the producer and the director to decide what shot to go to. Feels like this over's just going for an eternity after the 3 wides up front. Still only 2 deliveries gone, or 3 deliveries gone now I should say. That's pulled away down to deep square leg just for the 1 run as the long barrel is enforced. If you're wondering why it's called the long barrel, I don't really know, but a fellow commentator yesterday termed what I know as the long barrier the long barrel. We just thought we'd adopt that for the weekend. Catching the pad or the bat or something on its way down the leg side, and the cries of catch. I think Vikas is just lucky not to have another wide to his name. Close to a Mallorca there, and it's whipped out to deep square leg. That's for the 1 run. Just waiting for you to come to the party, Nitesh.
oh my god, everyone. The shoes on for now.
Partnership up front of 24 between Muhammad Umar and Ninad Shah. Ninad and Jamie, partnership of around 15, and this partnership just getting started. Jamie Atkinson 4 off his 11 balls, and Kinchit Shah 2 off 4, so a little bit of a rebuild going on here. And the prof Dan Pascoe is going to come in, and his bowling figures yesterday were absolutely phenomenal. So
His figures throughout the tournament, Mark, have been phenomenal.
yeah, he's an exceptional bowler, very experienced campaigner, and his batsmen thought they were doing a job, getting themselves in, having a few siders, but it's certainly not going to be easy to score off Dan. The only thing in their favour is having a left-hander out there with the ball turning into him. Despite that, he's still looking to push that through the offside when there's acres of space on the leg side here. The long on his back, there's a mid-wicket, big gap through square leg with a sweeper out, deep mid-wicket in front of square and a sweeper behind square in the 45. There's acres of space to rotate the strike. Certainly a much safer option just to get across,
Who's that?
try and hit that through the leg side, as we have a lack of cricket awareness as someone walks in front of the sight screen. Down the wicket, launched straight and long enough. 6 runs.
So Dan Pascoe's figures so far in the tournament: 3 for 5 and 3 for 9. It's pretty outstanding. So I wonder if the Islanders are going to make a concerted effort to get on top of him early. That would be key. The Kinchit Shah facing a lot of his balls with the ball spinning into him. Generally say the ball spins into you, attack it. It's the got to be better. Instead of getting back and trying to punch through the offside, get yourself inside the line of the ball and work that to square leg. Easy one. You've got Azaz at mid-wicket. You've got Billy here at 45. There's an acre of space out there. You can be rotating the strike. Instead of trying to punch that ball, hit that ball back into cover point area. Squeezes that away through the onside for one. So look over again and see Martin Glassfeld just contemplating whether he's going to go for his fourth, fifth biryani.
What's that?
And put me to
Great to see Nazaka Khan's watching us on the live feed through Facebook. Doing a great job doing that, plus taking catches down in deep mid on. Deep long on. Or long on. It was deep long on at the end of baseball.
They certainly would. Some of the shots that we've seen in this tournament could also do with someone back there.
I think that if you got a good picture of that there, that is the perfect long barrel. Hassan Ayaz. See it on the replay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
textbook. Absolute
Tight,
textbook.
everything's tight together. There's no loose feet here, arms here. It's just solid. Jay, if you're watching at home, I say you'd be awfully proud of the young man.
As Jamie looks to do a little shuffle in the dance to upset Pasco's line and achieves none of that, other than a play and a miss, and younger Hard Trivedi runs a fresh pair of gloves out and awarded to Jamie Atkinson. Expect to see more of that as we... Looks like we've got a bowling change here at the Argyle Street end with left armour Dhananjay Rao coming in. Tell you what, Carrie, just as Trent Johnston was giving Martin Versfeld grief for tucking into 3 biryanis, I think Trent himself is about to
third one.
launch into his third.
You get Carrie to turn the camera back this way.
Actual fact, you'll see that it's actually my second biryani mark. This one
Yeah,
caused me awful indigestion.
I think Carrie's look. There we go. And we got Jashin behind us as the camera's on you, TJ, as you tuck it into another plate of biryani. Wow, fill your boots, son. Short and missed, and sort of a Dhananjay, an optimistic sort of question to umpire Ian Thompson. Did he hit that? Looks like you're just going to be with me for the next 5 minutes while Trent fills his boots. Oh, an opportunistic wicket. It's short, it's pulled, and it's pulled straight down fine leg's throat. Great catch, and oh, what a way to go. And Kinchett not really adding much as a senior player in this batting lineup. They really needed more from him. What a way to go as he walks off. And he's going to play no further part in today's game. Great catch by young Bilal Akhtar. Pressure catch, and that's going to bring Jack Metters to the crease. And the Islanders, well, after a steady start, they've lost 3 wickets now for not that many. They're really going to have to try and find a way to wrestle back some momentum, keep the runs ticking, manage that run rate.
Horace is batting in the nets.
was a plan to come in and bowl short and pinch it, or was just DJ got that wrong? He had a backward square leg, he had his fine leg back. Dismissal reminds me of the Shah dismissal by Sports ground against Omar, where he flicked it flicked a beautiful shot off his toes and it went straight to the guy at 45. I think 5 for 20 at this stage.
Thanks for that input, DJ. Yeah, so the current run rate 6.12 and required run rate 7.39. So still sort of not out of hand at all by any stretch of the imagination. The Islanders really do need to start getting a partnership going and get that scoreboard ticking along. As they manage to. Chick Meadows punches one into the covers and Cox gets a hand on it, but not enough to stop them from taking a single. But continuing with this left-hand, right-hand combination is going to give these Kowloon Lions players a good workout, because they're going to have to constantly chop and change if there's every time there's a single taken or the strike's rotated.
Looks like Rory's going off for Deep.
As we say, that looks like Rory Cox has gone off the field and Deep is going to
Get his opportunity.
come onto the ground.
Rory then shed a bit of skin.
Yeah, a little toilet break. Not sure. Ranjay comes. Oh dear, DJ just went down the leg side. Jamie Atkinson down on one knee and playing a sweat, getting enough on it and beating the short fine leg, and that's an easy 4 runs in the end. Disappointing unforced error. The Kowloon Lions bowler. It's a great little pressure reliever. The Hong Kong Islanders. Short. Oh, and the long barrel used again to good effect, and it's a big throw. Great backing up, and it's just the 1 run.
To talk about the run rates there, Farms currently 6.5, required 7.2, but as long as Jamie Atkinson's there, they can chase 10, 11, 12 runs and over. So he's obviously key now after both the Shahs have gone. Umar's departed as well. Batting to come for the Islanders. You think Captain Fang Lasari will come in next. And then your sort of bowlers there, it's probably the likes of Essam Khan will come in after him. Varsfeld, if he's finished the chicken biryani number 4. Bit of a tail there with Ayush, Mahan and Wahid to follow. So excellent job here for Jamie Atkinson. Sent a message out to his team via WhatsApp last night and said, let's win this trophy. So pretty much up to him to see if they do lift the trophy this afternoon.
Made short work of that biryani, TJ.
Yeah, I sort of dodged around the rice elements, eliminated the carbs.
It's a
side of things.
pretty big element of a biryani, the rice.
Yeah, it is, yeah, but I just went basically for the protein element. Actually there's quite a bit of chicken in that one, so. Elaine, if you're listening to this, remember, note that down, Farmer's still hustling.
Lions are cock a hoop, feeling good, on top of the world after a couple of big wickets, especially that wicket of Kinchit Shah.
Here we go, Dan Pascoe settling into his work.
Oh dear. Not a ball to go back to, and Jack Mehta's innings is short-lived, and the front is falling off the Hong Kong Islanders' innings at the moment. Dan Pascoe seems to be the difference every time.
Running out to see his skipper. I'm here, skipper. The madman's arrived.
Reporting for duty, sir.
So the current holders of the All Stars T20 Championships, the Kowloon Lions, just have one hand on the trophy files. Here we go, Isaac Khan's holding court. What's going on? Can we play ball? Can we get on with it? Can we get on with it? Yep, no, okay, yep. Alright.
Hey, that's a double.
One run off that over. Joe Graham come up here now for the second over. Islanders sitting in the middle, standing in the middle of the wicket, discussing how they're going to get out of this predicament at the moment. Isaac Khan looking around to see who he can get in a fight with, get himself into the game, get himself motivated. Sort of character you just leave alone, you don't talk to him, you don't do anything, he likes to feel comfortable out there. He knows it's Anunjay Rayo's bowling, so can you get on the other side, mate? Yeah, okay. Nice. Short again. Calls. Rory, get in there, save the one. Unfortunately, Isaac Khan was too good at that stage. Should have blocked that one just down there, square leg, and got one. deep square leg, allowing Jamie Atkinson to get back for 2. Kowloon Lions have got to deny strike and roll as much as they can to S. Khan. Look to take wickets at that other end. He's got to straighten up his line here a little bit. Length is a little full. Short. Whipped off his hip for 4 runs. Jamie's just starting to get himself into the groove here.
That's Hong Kong, wasn't it?
Score along to 16. Exactly sure what happened there. This card's gone. It was a change-up ball. It sort of pitched, sort of bit wicket. See until we get a replay there. That's another big wicket, another big blow in the campaign of Hong Kong Lions there to take away the trophy from the Kowloon Lions. Sari will come in now and join his KCC teammate. The end of the over there, and Talunjay Rayo was bowled pretty well, probably a little bit better than what his figures suggested. 2 for 15 after 2. Conceded 2 boundaries. And we've got Dan Pascoe just continuing on from where he's left off in the previous 2 games. 2 overs, 1 for 8. 8 for 1. Oh, and that's an absolute beauty that's gone past the outside edge. Jamie Atkinson's bat. Zaz Khan's still got the slip in, which is great. Looking after his good friend in Niaz Ali. Go and have a little breather in there, mate. Thanks, skipper. Jamie goes on the drive and gets 1.
I think the Islanders need to sort of think through this. Pascoe into his 3rd over, only going to have 1 left after this. He's probably the most challenging bowler to face out there. Quadrate creeping up towards 8. Certainly not out of the question. You just really don't want to give Pascoe another wicket. Worked into the leg side for 1.
Mrs. Farmer and Nana on today, Mark, are they?
They've not been viewing today,
No.
I don't think, but Nana Mavis did clock on to the little shout out we gave her yesterday. Was very grateful, thought it was all very humorous and unexpected.
There's a thicky shed, runs away. Atkinson picks up 2. Is something really going to happen here in this game with Jamie? Sort of stop-start innings.
Yeah, the endangered Kaitak Korkor finally woken up and was in the background there. Worked into the leg side for 1. Should swear it's in the commentary box. Foghorn erupts. Punched out to the offside for 1 run. There's some great volume on a nose blow. It's like a trumpet. Foghorn. Got the tugboat in the harbour bringing in the ship. Not loud enough to get a crack out of Wilson though. Not amused.
No. It's just like
Water off a duck's back.
yeah, exactly.
Heard it all before.
It's just like a bad comedian's repeated joke, isn't it?
Wow.
We have a change of bowler here. DJ's off and Niaz is on for his last over. Interesting move here from the skipper.
You see the young kids lining up in the net earlier, still doing a bit of practice over there. Saiwan factory.
There's Suresh Pandey in it, and he's in a factory of coaching. Big swing.
He is always asking the question of his fellow umpires, and he knows why it's not been given out. But he's still going to ask the question as he walks back with a big smile on his face, knowing that definitely wasn't out.
Height.
Oh,
He's bowled him.
Wow. Don't know what Devang was looking to do there.
Great shot at all in the context of the game. Simple job from Devang. You just have to come in and just give Jamie the strike. Get as much strike to the skipper as possible and the game's over. Don't have to play any big shots. Don't have to do anything silly. Disappointing end there.
Interesting option, looking to almost cut it through the offside when Niaz, even with this ball that's 12 overs, should be looking to get across and hit that through to the leg side a little bit more. Pretty dangerous move as we see Martin Booster Versfeld rock out to the crease, and he's going to persist with playing with his Hong Kong Cricket Club helmet.
Could be Martin Biryani Versfeld.
It could be now, yeah, certainly.
Is that a thigh pad or is that a biryani in his pocket? There's Wilson applies a bit of aftershave.
Wilson, a big fan of an original joke. Doesn't like the repeated one, but we've got a
giggle out of
you've earned a giggle there.
A little giggle.
You always know there is a funny one in there once in a while from an Australian.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, and he's got personal with the Australian
Elaine,
crack there.
Elaine,
Hey.
HR.
I hope the microphone picked up on that.
Don't worry, I heard it. We've spoken about it throughout this whole tournament. It's about building partnerships in T20 cricket. And we have a look at the Hong Kong Islanders and can't believe 24, 15, 13, 7, 10, 6. As Biryani just punches that into the covers.
Biryani booster dabs it into the covers for no run. The equation 62 required off 46. Run rate required up to 8.27. These guys just need to get a partnership going, try and get into the last 4 overs, see where they are and attack from there. Yes, continues to shape this Kookaburra turf ball even after 12 and a bit overs.
During the first innings, Jamie Atkinson turned to Varsfeld and said, listen, I need you to do a job with me, for me with the ball, and he certainly did that. And now he's turning to him again with the bat. He's more than capable of some lusty blows, but doesn't really need to do that. Exactly what you said, Farms. Get yourself into the last 3 or 4 overs, see what you need. If you still need 35, 40 runs off 4 overs, it's very gettable here at Mission Road. Jamie goes in the drive and only gets 1 down to long off. And Zaz does the fielding there.
Oh, it's in the air. Oh, it's a sort of a dive, sort of.
There needed to be a bit more of an effort there, I think.
I don't know if I'll let Azaz claim that as a dive.
That's the end of a fine spell there from Niaz Ali. It's figures are going to read probably a little bit more expensive than what he normally is and what he would like to be bowling, but he's bowled his 4 overs and got 3 for 30. A couple of warm-up balls which got dispatched for 4 and 6 by Ninad Shah early on in the Lions bowling innings, but he's certainly come back and bowled very well. 3 runs off that over. His 4th and final over. See the score now is 78 for 6 with 7 overs to go. Run rates just under 8.5. Current is just on 6.
TJ, you got a little bit of love from the crowd with your biryani and his pocket shout.
Who is it?
Big shout out to Tim Cutler, who's tuning into the stream. Ball comes in short and wide.
Hope Vanuatu's treating you well, Tim. Looking after my old mate Jeremy Bray.
Pulled into the leg side by Booster. Yeah, Cutler just noticing there's the odd sound of a foghorn on the commentary, wondering what that was, where it was from.
Okay. Oh, it comes in the bowl and falls over. The drag down, it goes to Jaden Botfield at deep mid wicket for one more. Bowled.
Ooh. Just chipped out towards long on, just the one run. Making the most of the lack of fielders in the ring on the leg side. Just trying to rotate the strike. The only person in the ring on the leg side is the man at short fine leg on the 45.
Right, good fielding of the young man. Well done. Calls 2, easy 2.
That's going to go
4
all
runs.
the way.
Wow.
The strength of the man. Lovely shot and welcome boundary.
See the score move along to 85 after the 14th over. Comparison was the Kowloon Lions 17 runs ahead at the present time. Lost 4 wickets, so they're 16 runs worse off, 2 wickets worse off the Islanders. But like I said, as long as Jamie Atkinson's still at the crease, they've certainly got an opportunity to win this game of cricket.
Vikas Sharma coming in to bowl his 3rd over. Currently with figures of 2 overs, 1 maiden, none for 6, so he's done a great job thus far for this Kowloon Lions team.
Probably 3 or 4 of them were wides.
And the vast majority of those runs, as has been pointed out, were actually wides. Not a lot off the bat. Comes steaming into Martin Versfeld. Ian
3
Thompson-
runs off the bat, 3 singles, 2 wides.
Ian Thompson contemplates a wide and decides against it. Just a little bit of breeze we're getting into the commentary box is absolute heaven. Cut away. This beats the dive from Dan Pascott point, and it's just the 1 run as the 3rd man runs round to collect it. Yeah, run rate required 8.82, so still manageable with 5.5 overs remaining. Be short and just the 1 run out to cover. These guys can just keep doing this and get themselves a little bit closer. A couple of overs left, then could be game on. 50 to win off 34 deliveries at the moment. It's wide outside off and Booster manages to get some bat and send it out to cover sweeper.
So again,
Skipper Azaz Khan makes a fielding change. Rory Cox out to deep mid wicket and Third man coming in. Big appeal from Dan Pascoe at point for the leg by. Not sure what he saw. Maybe it's good on height.
I didn't see him signal leg by. Did he signal?
Yeah,
leg
he did. He did.
Thought it might have been.
Hopped on one foot.
Yeah.
Tap of the knee, and obviously they're quick to acknowledge in the scorer's box. Booster looks to rip into that one and doesn't. There's no run added. It's the end of the 15th over. Score remains at 90 for 6. Interesting little period in this game. So here we have, looks like going to stick with Bilal Akhtar bowling his leg spin. Confidence in the young lad. Going for 8 runs off his first over. Dan Pascoe still with 1 over in the bank, which Azaz Khan will be holding back for when he absolutely needs that from one of his best bowlers. Low full toss and finally placed by Jamie Atkinson, splitting the 2 fielders on the boundary, and that's 4 runs off the first ball of the over. A great way to start for the Hong Kong Islanders, and could this be the big over they're looking for? Try and catch up some of that run rate and even things up as they bring in someone into the ring on the leg side mid-wicket to try and stop that ease. Same time they bring around their short 45 to come across to the offside.
It's a brave move that Jamie might get inside here and look to just tickle it around the corner, just like that. Didn't need to probably play as powerful of a shot there. Just present the bat, let the ball come off the bat. Azaz now moves him back to 45. He punches that down the ground for 1. Zaka does the 30 under, it back to Bilal. Comes back into first slip, does he? No, he drops back. Stick him in the first slip, skipper. Put him in there.
Full toss. Rooster not getting all of it, and it's going to be the 1 run. Six off the over thus far. 2 balls remaining, and the required run rate up to almost 9.5. So that hits Jamie on the pad, and big appeal, and sad to see him go. That could be the hopes of the Hong Kong Islanders, and watch the replay. End of a good innings, a fighting innings.
Say nothing, TJ.
It's going to be a Yu Shukla to come to the crease, more than capable of striking the ball well and clearing the boundary, clearing the rope. With almost 10 and over required, he's going to need to do that. Bearing in mind there's still Dan Pascoe with an over in the bank. Very tough customer to get away. One ball remaining in this 16th over. 41 required off 25 balls.
We see Azaz Khan come back into the attack, and you'd like to think that he'll bowl the 2 overs remaining down here. Got Dan Pascoe to bowl another one up the top, where you probably have Bilal bowl the next, and then Dan will bowl the 20th. Seems like a tough task now at 10.25 runs per over.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a tall order for the Islanders. You never know. A couple of lofty blows. Lofty blows. Could just create a little momentum shift, but they're certainly going to need a big over in either this one or the next if you're going to see Dan come in, finish things up. It's not going to be easy to take him for a lot of runs.
Oh, it's
That's through Jaden Botfield, and come through for one run.
Well, seeing a at national training a fair bit, and he's had the opportunity to bat there, certainly capable of a few lofty blows to really give themselves an opportunity to win this game of cricket. And we all know what Martin Biryani Varsfeld's capable of doing. I've seen him hit plenty of lofty blows, HKCC. He's going to die wondering. Some pace off again there for Azaz. It's been very good today. From a coaching point of view, to see him back bowling puts a smile on my face. Very good leader of this national team. Batting very well. You see him bowling and executing his skills, practicing a lot on that slower off cutter.
Yeah, and it's just feels like a little bit of a slow death here. Just coming in and just the one run off the over thus far. 3 dot balls.
As we see head groundsman Jashim off to the left of the commentary box. He's only got a few more days left in work, and then he goes off to hibernation for 2 months. Maintenance. All grounds are closed, July and August. Looking very cool in his Ray-Bans. Produced another absolute cracking wicket. It's had 4 games of cricket on it now, and hopefully we'll be training on it for the next Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday.
Keep the game interesting, boys. Let's see a maximum. Oh, and he tries. Certainly tries, and he almost swings himself off his feet.
Great over from Azaz. Only one run conceded from it.
And that's nail in the coffin sort of stuff.
It's a right move here. He's put Dan on here just to really close it out. Dan can go for minimal runs here where the game's done. They need a 15, 16, 17 run over, don't they, Farms?
Certainly do, and I'm not sure I see it happening, TJ. As much as I'd like to see this game get close, that dismissal of Jamie Atkinson has ground the scoring rate to a halt.
Score now is 97 for 7 as Dan comes in for his fourth and final over. Oh, there it is, just straight on line, straight away. Really impressive stuff.
Shookler going to face up to the experienced Dan Pascoe here. Let's see what he's got. He's not managed to get off the mark yet off his 5 deliveries faced. Big swing and it's an inside edge and it squirts out to square leg just for the 1 run.
She's not quite on the stage yet, Farms, but I can hear her warming the voice up at the back.
Yeah, absolutely. Time for the foghorn.
No more foghorns. We don't want Wilson getting upset.
Comes down and it's just always going to happen that. Bit of keeping by Zishan. Easy bit of work and sees the end of Martin Versfeld. 99 for 8. This game is all but done and dusted.
Dan Pascoe was the MVP of the last T20 series, All Star Series, Farms, and I'd say that he's held on to his crown, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
8 wickets. Was it 3 for 5, 3 for 9? Now he's 2 for 16. His bowling throughout the 3 games has been outstanding.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's certainly a masterclass of left arm off spin bowling, great control, great knowledge of the game and tactics. He's going to have his young Kowloon Cricket Club teammate coming to the crease, Nahan Trivedi.
I also think Hassan Khan has bowled particularly well in the 3 games he's played. Obviously the wicket is conducive to a little bit of spin, but his accuracy and his ability to deny the opposition runs, might not have got as many wickets as Dan, but certainly he's bowled just as well. The young man gets
hits that down the ground. Nice solid shot for 1 run.
Again, fine spell of bowling. 4 overs, 2 for 17. Eight for 31, 12 overs over 3 games.
It's phenomenal bowling figures, isn't it? Stars comes in to finish off his 4 overs. Currently 3 overs, no maidens, none for 13. Sure, he'd like to pick up a pole, pick up last 2 wickets this over and finish things up. Enjoy the spoils with his team to go 2 from 2 in their All Stars series.
Finally, a bit of cooling breeze.
He clears the front leg and slaps it wide of long off, and he's going to pick up 4. Certainly not going to die wondering, which is great to see. Continuing to have a crack.
Goes again. Got him. Ooh, genie. DJ really did attack that ball.
Almost caught it with a headbutt, but Jesus, worried there for a moment. Like a head-on car crash. Settles it into his mitts, and it's a good catch in the end. And Ayusha's little bit of resistance ends, and we're going to see another young player, Muhammad Waheed, come to the crease, and I'm sure he'd love the opportunity to try and launch his fellow fast bowler Azaz Khan into the police station end. Looks to open up and can't connect, and no run scored. Hong Kong Islanders 105 for 9. 1 ball left in this 19th over.
No, they can keep them. Keep them.
They can keep them.
They can keep them if they want to get them in, doesn't matter. Yorker misses everything. Keeper's got a little bit of glove and deflects it down to fine leg, and it's buys. Yeah. coming in to bowl the last over, the young lad. Zahan hits it through. Ball running between the wickets. There's a bit of a pause as they look at each other and go, are we doing this? Are we doing two? And they make it back comfortably. Score moves to 108 for 9 after 19.1.
Wasp is now at a 0% chance of winning the Islanders.
A bit short and pulled away to Jaden Botfield. It'll just be the one run. It's just beginning to fizzle out, and a disappointing end for the Hong Kong Islanders after great comeback and effort with the ball and tracking along, but just never quite getting in front of the 8 ball in their batting innings. I'm sure Mohammed Wahid's not going to die wondering. He's going to enjoy the opportunity to face the bowling of Bilal Akhtar, see if he can launch it in towards the softball stand. So he comes down the wicket and he does just that, but Nazaka running around and it's just going to plug inside the boundary and they run back for 2. And the wicket hits it down towards long on, and Dan Pascoe just picks it up, goes, and Han Trivedi will face the 5th ball of the over. And he comes, and the stumping is a mere formality for Zishan Ali, and that concludes things here at Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground. Kowloon Lions crowned yet again the All Stars champions. Great effort by Kowloon Lions team, batting first and posting 136 for 9 off their 20 overs. First innings, Nazaka Khan blistering at the start, 49 off 35. The only other one really to support within that Lions innings was Azaz Khan with 43 off 38. Other than that, it was single figures. Kinshit Shah and Ehsan Khan, the pick of the bowlers. Ehsan taking 3 wickets, 19 runs off his 4 overs, and Kinshit 2 wickets, 15 runs off his 4 overs. And things were looking like it. We had a competitive game on our hands. It's a steady start by the Hong Kong Islanders in their chase. Early wicket of Umar Muhammad. Neenad Shah off to a lightning start, 28 off 17, but just tried to push it a little bit too far, and his innings was cut short. Jamie Atkinson, the only other resistance out there, 33 off 34, and when he was given out LBW off the bowling of Bilal Akhtar, that signalled the end of the game really, and the rest was just a formality. Pick of the bowlers for the Kowloon Lions. Oh, where do you start? Niaz Ali with 3 wickets. The Professor Dan Pascoe 4 overs. No maidens, 2 for 17. Dhananjay picking up 2 wickets. And Bilal picking up a couple at the end. And that concludes things for the cricket season, senior cricket season, for the most part here in Hong Kong. It concludes the All Stars Exhibition T20 series. Thanks a lot for everybody tuning in from around the world. Great to have your support and have you joining us for this coverage as we bring it to you from Ting Kwong Road Recreation Ground in Hong Kong. Look forward to, as we move towards the off season, next weekend we'll have our under 16 All Stars playing the same teams as they look to play 2 games on the Saturday, the under 16 All Stars final on the Sunday, followed by the Women's Premier League, their 3rd match. And after that weekend, that will send us into our off season here in Hong Kong, and we look forward to joining you again in September, where we'll be sending out our schedules and hope to be running another epic group All Stars series, and fingers crossed we'll have some international cricket on the horizon. So a big thank you from all of us here at Cricket Hong Kong out at Mission Road, and we'll see you all soon.